Begin with an overview of the data. As of yesterday, the 7-day daily average of cases was about 73,000 cases per day, which represents a decrease of about 15% over the previous week. The 7-day average of hospital admissions was about 6,000 per day, also a decrease of about 10% from the previous week. And 7-day average daily deaths were about 1,250 per day, a decrease of about 4% from the previous week. As Jeff stated, this week marks another important step in our vaccination program, and I want to walk you through the important updates. Yesterday, CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, or ACIP, discussed the data for Moderna and Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 booster doses. Following a robust discussion, the committee unanimously recommended expanding who may benefit from a booster dose. Following their deliberation, I endorsed their recommendations such that we now have booster recommendations for all 3 authorized COVID-19 vaccines. I want to state clearly our current recommendations for COVID-19 booster doses. For those who received an mRNA vaccine, Pfizer or Moderna, there are several groups of people who are eligible for a booster shot 6 months or more after their primary series, including those who are 65 and older, those who are 18 and older and live in long-term care settings, have underlying medical conditions, or live or work in high-risk settings. For those who received a Johnson & Johnson vaccine, all people 18 or older who were vaccinated 2 or more months ago are eligible for a booster shot. Now that there are recommendations for booster doses for all vaccine primary series, the next question is, with what? Some people may have a preference for the vaccine type that they originally received because they did very well with their initial series. For all 3 vaccines, this is perfectly fine. And now with 10 months of vaccine experience, some may have an express preference for one booster type over another. FDA's authorizations and CDC's recommendations now allow for this type of mix and match. The recommendations made yesterday are yet another demonstration of our fundamental commitment to all of you, to never lose sight of our collective goal to protect as many people as possible from COVID-19. All 3 COVID-19 vaccines authorized in the United States are extraordinarily safe, as demonstrated by the over 410 million vaccine doses already given. And they are highly effective in reducing the risk of severe disease, hospitalization, and death, even in the midst of the widely circulating Delta variant. Vaccination continues to be the best way to protect ourselves, our families, and our communities from COVID-19. Expanding vaccination coverage will not only reduce transmission of the virus, it will also help prevent new variants from emerging. We will continue to do all we can to make sure that as many people as possible, both here in the United States and around the world, are vaccinated and protected from COVID-19. As you have heard me say before, we will not boost our way out of this pandemic, and no vaccine, even a boosted vaccine, provides 100% protection. So even after you boost, it remains important for us to remain smart about our prevention strategies while we still have over 93% of our counties with high or moderate community transmission. Currently, around 64 million Americans remain unvaccinated, leaving themselves and their children, their families, their loved ones, and communities vulnerable. If you have not yet been vaccinated, I encourage you to take the time to get the information you need to make the decision to get vaccinated. Thank you. I'll now turn